Hello and welcome to episode 26 of my IXION playthrough. For some reason I keep wanting to say Elden Ring when I'm doing that intro. Probably just due to the length and the amount of times that we had to say it for that actual playthrough. Anyway, a little bit of time has passed between you last saw me. We have explored a bunch more. We have about run out of things to find. We're getting very, very close. Most of the building work is now done. I had a quick look, but I don't think there's anything left for me to actually build. Mostly I'm just waiting for resources, and then I'm waiting for research to finish. Incidentally, the train station is almost done. Once the train station's done, I'm going to focus on getting... which three is it? These ones here. This one needs a research from the docking bay, which is what I'm turning it to do. That's what's currently queued, but it will allow me to get 15% more science from these excursions. I'm probably going to immediately start the research of the planet we're on, because otherwise we're just not going to make any progress while we're waiting for all of these resources to be collected. We are starting to, or we've already filled back up on silicon. Obviously production is underway, which is all good. This building here, I would like to get it up, but there's another research I want to get first, and there's a lot of circuits we need elsewhere, so we're going to let those finish. I think the only other thing I did was move some crew around. I think. But yeah, let's get cracking on and let's get this going. This is the crew of the iceberg. P51's atmosphere has extremely high gas concentrations. We are navigating through an almost semi-liquid environment. Its tremendous pressure is putting the resistance of our suits to test. Having reached the core, we are preparing to sort it out towards what appears to be a collection of geysers in the area that can provide environmental data. Set up advanced analysis infrastructure. Set up a temporary study center. We have the resources and we have the time. Despite being time-consuming, the team will analyze a large amount of data. All of these are moving and collecting resources, which is weird because one of them should not. Ah, you're collecting ice. That's what you're doing. You're collecting ice. Let's get the one that's nearby. Because all it's going to do, we're sitting over the top of it, so it's just going to come back, immediately dump the materials, and then carry on its merry way. Okay, is there anything I actually do need to do inside? I don't know.
A probe has completed its scan.
Okay, probes are being constructed. Let's see. Everything wants to be turned off that needs to be turned off. This area has suffered an accident in the tech lab, which took out a lot of workers. If we have another issue with the tech lab, we're going to have a problem. There's train stations. So how much do these things cost? Probably about as much as I expected. Okay, what do we want to queue up after this? Oh yeah, after we've done this, we want these anyway, so we'll leave that as is. Launch probe. There's more ice over here. We have plenty of ice. Oh, we really did almost finish getting everything. Oh, carbon over there. There's a non-zero chance we actually won't ever bother harvesting any of this carbon, because we still have this full and this still has some materials left in it. And in order to spend the carbon, the only real thing we can spend it on at the minute would be... Actually, no, it depends. I think if we can get the drone bay, That will probably take, it's not carbon. Carbon is a resource to make polymers. Yeah, the drone bay probably uses polymers, there we go, to make drones, if I had to guess. Did that ship really not get back quick enough? Let's speed things up. More polymers. There is still a lot of other resources out here. Not including this, not including the stuff we haven't scanned yet, but just in general. Finally, there we go. That is on its way. And we have 2 more probes. We might actually now have everything that is scannable scanned. Yeah, we can turn the probe launchers off. Which gives this area a little bit more room to play with. Okay, let's head back outside. But yeah, resource-wise, there's plenty of ferrite in here for us to be going on with. And also a decent amount of ice. I think I did finish...
The probe has completed its scan.
Yeah, we finished construction here, so we can start getting stuff moved over.
An accident has
DLS and
occurred in the
such.
typhoon.
One, it's going to be fine. Speaking of the DLS sector,
A probe has
25%.
completed its scan.
Can't do that yet. Waste recycling's already active. Can we turn propaganda down in this sector? Two. We can do, but we would need to get, or we do need to get working hours back online. 22233. Interesting. Why is these 2 free and these 2? Oh, because these have tier 2 specializations. Wait, no. That is a tier 2 food specialization and it's getting +1 from that. So where are you getting +1 extra from? People mostly living in those, on their life, propaganda. My 5 negatives? 6 negatives. What negative is missing from Sector 1? Spend too long in the system, discover the fatal protagonists. Leaving home behind, Death Earth Syndrome. Ah, waste. Yes, okay, fair enough. And that's where you'll be getting your extra -1 from. That only gives us that, so yeah. We can do that without this going negative. Brings it down to 1, but that's fine. And then once we have a few more crew woken up, which we've now woken up all the crew that we have, then we can start doing something with that.
A science ship team has completed a task.
We have discovered unusual biological or bacteriological formations in the geysers of P51. The bacteria are not only capable of arranging amino acids, but by utilizing geyser emissions as binding agents, they restructure mineral deposits and carve out basins around the geysers. Further groups of bacteria were found within these basins. We have named the bacteria something or other and would like to carry out further behavioural analysis. Fair enough, if you think it is safe to do so. Be very careful with bacteria though. Bacteria is likely to stick on you and come back and then cause problems, and someone is going to die. Someone is probably going to die, but hopefully it comes with science. We are slowly making more circuits, which is what we need. It's all fine. Yeah, you prioritize sending over there, which is again fine. I wonder why this isn't exporting at all. It's almost as if it very well might be the case that the game isn't recognizing that this has been assigned as an output, or the outputs to the place to put them is turned off. Could somebody maybe send something over here? You have alloys. There we go. And you have a surplus as well, so why don't you want to send your stuff out? Who knows? So one thing we are going to be doing, we are going to be saving before we complete any particular science thing, and we are going to treat that as our ship's sensors giving us data upon where the Stormfront is going to be moving to. Because again, we should know the direction it's heading and roughly how far before it just suddenly moves and destroys every ship that's currently in the system.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, how many people died? The majority of the bacteria lives inside geyser tubes. Small groups do not exist externally, which appear to have been, or small groups do exist externally that appear to have been excluded. Samples from within the geyser revealed an organized society that was not able to propagate other types of bacteria, but also use what can only be described as tools, exchanged via ventricles transfer. We theorize a biological or bacteriological language, and with the help of the PA, sent a message to the colony through appropriate stimuli. They responded. The colony has proposed to follow us on an expedition to the Tyquin. This is a momentous undertaking, as a single human cycle corresponds to several hundred of theirs. We have determined that the best way of transporting the bacteria will be to settle a small colony within the respiratory tracts of one of the crew. Perhaps an extreme method, but it will provide the ideal conditions for the bacteria, an intelligent and aware species. This will surely open a way to new... This sounds like a horrible idea. This sounds worse and worse every single time. Fine. They proposed it. This is either going to go horribly wrong or impossibly well. I do not believe there is a middle ground to this. Either that dude is dead, and maybe so is a lot of our crew, or we've uncovered other intelligent life. Rejoice. I want to start building these, but we just don't have the circuits. The only reason I want to start building them is to get rid of the polymer, so that we can free up the actual storage for them. I do appreciate that this can store ferrite in it, they can be shared. I might want to tell them to stop gathering silicon in a bit, because they are starting to fill things up. So I was expecting that to be the end of that. I was expecting the previous cycle to be the end of that. So we will resave, because we made our choice. We made our choice in full knowledge that this sounded like a horrible idea. But if the scientists, which we know we can't trust to be intelligent, think it's a good idea, who am I to argue?
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay. Finally, final report from the iceberg is that Joe Johnson are dead. The iceberg has been critically damaged. Why has it been damaged? I'm engaging emergency cryonic protocols now. If you're hearing this, please send help immediately. End of communications. How did the ship get destroyed? I could understand it killing the crew, but I don't know why the ship got destroyed. Well, the iceberg has been with us for a long time, and we figured that was a bad idea, even though the science crew seemed to think it was a good idea. But again, we knew we couldn't trust the science crew. We will accept this. We made this choice. Off their advice, albeit, but we made the choice. Oh good, we finished that, which means we can now start that. Yeah, I'm curious about that. How did the...
Accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
How did one of the crew... Maybe I missed something. Maybe it was warning, or maybe it was warning me at some point that... what with the wording? Maybe at some point it was warning me that the ship could no longer withstand the pressure, and that I couldn't hang around any longer, and I missed that message. Okay, the storm front has moved further away. The science ship will appear here when it's ready. Is there research that can speed up the electronics factory? Fewer workers. No, just reduce the amount of workers it needs, which isn't currently a problem. Let's speed things up. I remember that this particular node of resources existed. And that previously we couldn't have collected it, or we couldn't collect it, because it disappeared into the storm cloud. There's our science ship. Collect that science for us, please. Yeah, because this generates more during exploration. It's not that it increases its collection speed, it says it generates more. Okay, we got both probes back? We do. You can go off again. We do have, yeah, we have two. Two that are basically dedicated to collecting the ferrite, and then you two will be currently collecting the silicon. We can probably move the Tyquin to the next planet now.
The probe has completed its scan.
Actually no, let's leave it where it is. Speed things up. Yeah, I'd like to have all of the current outstanding constructions finished.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
Oh, okay, good. Yes, that'll be that in here. And increases it by 25%. That's going to bring it very, very close. We can always remove one of those. Food is basically at max at the moment. We do need more waste being generated. Oh no, so we let's take this to supported. Yes. Can the population just? So let's turn that off for safety's sake. Nothing's going to come online that's going to do anything bad? No, okay, good. Okay, we have all the science from here. Our new science ship with its new crew, the Professor. What do we know about this? It is a telluric planet with a small quantity of water present as ice. And there are many large black telluric formations across the surface. The atmosphere of P41 is heavy with clouds, cloud cover, and storm envelops the planet, scouring it with a solid aluminum rain. Eden has noted a formation of particular interest. I'll have to check the footage back and see whether or not we failed that, or whether or not we missed a message, or whether it was just for some weird reason the ship got destroyed by one crew being infected by bacteria. Because that outcome just doesn't make sense, which makes me think that I did miss something. Which very well may have been the case. Okay. Let's remove, because this is now gone. Let's remove the priority nodes. So it focuses on the nearby nodes. If we move over to here, then we do actually have a nice set of resources pretty nearby. How much of the mined ferrite is still around? And is that ferrite here? Some of it is. And they're going further and further afield for silicon, but at the minute we have an overabundance of silicon, so let's reconfigure lower the priority in silicon. Probably does mean it'll get more, some of these ships are going to get more ice in, which is okay.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay, well we'll let it get its science first. The post-nuclear science ship. Oh, we need the speed upgrade to get that one. Weird, but fine. Hopefully we still end up making a profit out of the science that we're getting from this. We already have a science. Okay. We have one option. The professor's team will investigate the unusual formation.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
What do you want? We have recovered the cryopod from they were exposed to serial bacterial or bacteriological contamination during the mission on. Recommends the removal of such cryopods and to avoid an immediate. The body is a kingdom. So they survived, but everybody else died, and the ship got destroyed as well. It is a careful study. It did destroy the ship. This is a willing bad choice. Or a willing bad idea.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
We know that the science team can't be trusted to do anything smart. What about the medical team? Are they capable of keeping things contained? Polymer refinery in Sector 3. That could be a problem. Nope, that's fine. And our hospital is keeping up.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, the team reports that the formation is circular in shape and has steep sides that have begun. They have begun mapping the numerous tunnels that lead inside it. Initial reports suggest that it was not created by natural phenomena, but dug intentionally. Continued behavioral analysis of the team is registering. This appears to be fairly standard procedure for all science teams. It's registering breaches of Dodo safety protocols as well as metaphysical and psychological aberrations. One crew member appears to have removed their protective helmet, convinced that the air in the tunnel was breathable. accounting for P41's atmosphere. Their remaining lifespan is estimated to be 37 minutes. Commencing Dolos attack, Flood Eden Valiant Network. The Professor's team will be able to act without constraint, independent of Dolos protocol. No, we're not going to do that. If there's some kind of psychological effect on them, then that's bad, period. Because that's modifying this, modifying what they think they should be doing. And while it may have a good effect, the implication is just outright bad that something is screwing with their heads. What will become of our infected scientist? Okay, good. We're stockpiling ferrites. I still wish I had more electronics. Maybe it's about time I actually implemented something that I should have activated a while ago. Do not turn on. After we get this not this research, but the one after it, we will queue up. Pause for a second. Where is it? Which am I thinking of? Does the train station not have any upgrades? It doesn't. Okay, back to what I was trying to think of. It's a housing thing, isn't it? Yeah. Well, activate this, because it will increase our waste production. Does this have a similar thing? Cell protocol, I assume so. We still have another upgrade that we can get in this to increase our housing amount, so I'm not currently concerned about space. We still have plenty of space. And we can shift over non-working crew from here to the other ones, because yeah, we still have the room for them. They're all at 250 at the minute. We could easily get 300 in there. We can probably get 400 in there, because I think 300 workers is how much I'm probably going to need in all of these, there or thereabouts, maybe a little bit more for safety margins, so 350. And we haven't even got the 60% increase in housing yet, which would give at least, I think, 1,000 in all places. So it'll be fine.
The science ship team has completed a task.
Okay. Thanks to the intensive psychological and medical follow-ups, the professor's team was able to conduct the study. The solid aluminum particles carried by the wind has created the network of tunnels. The erosive process has transformed the topological of the planets. Where the particles collide with each side of the tunnel, the reverberations generate a low-frequency vibration. When this passes through the inner ear, it alters the human's neural activity. Commencing Dolos attack. No, we're going to leave that there. I think we've done enough. So what was the thing that I literally just said I was going to queue up? Ah yes, that was it. Why have we not received any new circuits recently? Oh, because the spare circuits have all been going into here and being plonked in buildings ready for them to be constructed. That's why. That's why. All's good. There's no reason we can't turn that, not turn it off, have it constructed. We are about at the point where we could move the ship. I think I'm probably going to send my science ship over to here, so I think I might send the Tyquin over there first. How long are you going to take? 4.7 cycles. How long is our batteries for all these? 5.4, 5, 4.6. And most of that's off. Thankfully, there is actually space. Do we have 2 of these? We did. We forgot to take this one down. We do have space for an additional battery here. We can actually get a tier 7 battery. Tier 7, no. Tier 2 battery here if we wanted to. We'd have to cut off one of these roads. I'd probably cut off the top one. But that's not going to make that much of a difference in terms of routing speed of things going through. But we also have a small space here that we can drop a battery down, which I think is what I will do. I will just put a cheapo battery here. Can't put one there because it will block that off.
An accident has occurred in the
Insect
Typhoon.
farm, sector 5. Population's amount is fine. Okay, we completed that research. What do we want to research next? Stability is okay at the minute, but it wouldn't be inadvisable to increase it more. Policy cooldown, propaganda, stability penalty. Recycling electronics is 20% faster. Recycling polymer for an additional 5 units. Recycling alloys costs fewer waste. Production speed increase. Production speed increase. Increases the efficiency. High pressure cutters requires augmented building protocols. The other one that I might want to do is... Oh, that works. Not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of one of the upgrades in here. We'd need group decolonization. We'd need this one. Let's increase waste production. Still. Further increased waste production. And if we want to move the station now, something needs to be turned off. Battery's not going to be ready in time. We don't need this and this on at the minute. There we go. 5. Okay, let's move the Tyquin over to here. And we'll bring the science ship along with us. Let's unpause. So once the science ship is done, I don't know whether or not they'll collect the last of what's there, but they'll get most of what's there. That's fine. We'll worry about all of these last, because in all likelihood I'm going to want to sit on top of them anyway, just to speed up collection of the cryopods. I was going to say, one of these said they had 7 battery left. something valuable went down. Let's take that offline. That doesn't need to be online at the minute. And that's covered us. Okay, that's the quarters protocol. We'll now be generating extra waste. Hopefully we're not going to be generating too much waste. If we are, we can get this finished up sooner rather than later. These two actually don't need to be online at the minute. Good, that's dedicated to ferrites. With this long trip, retrieved all the science, good. If that's the case, then science ship, make your way over there. We don't have any high priority things still ticked? We don't, good. The hydrogen we don't need to worry about too much until we've actually started building the nuclear power plants, which we haven't even finished researching yet. Let's get the... Let's queue up the drone bay. Oh, how many research upgrades does this have? Not many. I think we'll get the second upgrade for this because we're going to need it eventually, and I'd rather have it ready. Plus waking people up faster isn't too much of a major issue at the minute. Algae farm is also something that we should grab. These two we'll grab when we get access to Sector 6 because that's where they're going. But before that we need all of the train stations built, so we need a lot more circuits. What was I looking at that I figured? Charge speed, that's not helpful. What was I looking at that I figured I should probably get? That would potentially increase. Ah no, I was looking at this, which we don't need at the minute, but we may need eventually. Let's queue that up. Have we arrived? We have arrived. I was going to say our batteries are getting low. Are we there yet? Okay, we've arrived. We still haven't started losing silicon. Uses 1 every 3 cycles. Cost 20. I think I'm researching on this just makes it faster. Okay. Our probe has discovered an unusual electromagnetic signal transmitting from beneath the surface of P43. The signal shares many similarities with the one our team identified on the Rokonatsky's comet in the Immortan system. Interesting. Is planet gonna just disappear from underneath us? There's a lot of science just sitting over the top of this place. Insect farm sector 2. Okay, that's all fine. We're still making plenty of food.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
We'll let it collect some science first. And then I think let's queue up the drone bay. And then afterwards we'll queue up the nuclear power plant just so that we can get them built. We did finish everything here. Yeah, everything here is built. I don't think this needs changing at all. This is basically done. This will get converted, or like something will get converted in here to make room for the algae farm when we get it, because the algae farm should be more efficient than these in terms of water usage and just the amount of food produced. Strictly speaking, we don't need both of these on at the minute. Okay, let's let this place finish collecting science. Okay. This is for the Professor's crew. We have landed on P43. The electromagnetic signal seems to be transmitted from below the planet's surface. We only have a limited amount of time to investigate before our suits and the Professor's hull are compromised by the corrosive atmosphere. Odell recommends the use of demolition charges to accelerate the excavation process. We use explosives to clear away as much sediment as possible that separates them from the electromagnetic signal. Drill through the crust. We know what it is. And we know that basically it will consume anything it touches. Setting off explosions will likely create an electromagnetic wave of some description, depending on the type of explosives they're using. They're right, our time is limited, but the thing we're after is dangerous. Make haste, go ahead. One assumes they're not going to do this too close or close enough to the ship. Again, stupid, dumb science crew. We assume they're not going to do it close enough to the ship or the signal that they could cause a problem. But evidence has shown that they probably will. Oh, I didn't pay attention to where the storm front is. Okay, the storm front has gone. Can I rotate the camera? I can't see another one coming yet. Okay. This has got everything nice and built. So we should now, I think we've got everything mostly done. We can bring these online. Do we have the... We have the population at the minute because these are turned off.
Has occurred in the Tycoon.
Medium stockpile, Sector 1, that should be fine. Let's just double check. Yeah. Because everything in here is basically off anyway. We're not using these at the minute, so... We probably... Oh no, we're still filling this. We haven't filled it yet. Still going through those. We haven't started stockpiling this. We still need to get rid of the silicon in these.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, how badly did this go? The explosion was larger than expected and revealed a huge system of subterranean tunnels. Despite the rubble and the instability in the area, the Professor's team identified a passageway leading to the anomaly. The journey downward was without incident. The anomaly in the cave, full of strange geological forms, concentric circles are present on the wall, reaching the floor to the ceiling and forming many layers of different sediments. I wonder if we still had our original crew if that ship hadn't been destroyed, if this event would be different somehow. Crystal formations have grown everywhere. What is most astonishing, however, is the anomaly itself. A huge grey sphere, about 4 meters in diameter, floating in the center of the cave. Examine the sphere, analyze the crystal formations, study the concentric circles. So we know we're time limited here. We also know that sphere is dangerous, but potentially very valuable. I reckon if we touch the sphere, we have a problem. Let's study the concentric circles first. And we need to be mindful that it may tell us that we are running out of time. And if that does, then we just need to immediately leave. We got in here quickly, so hopefully we've been given extra time. But we'll see. Maybe we're about to immediately lose another side ship. Yeah, we're still working on the drone bay. That's fine. That's fine. We don't have the crew to bring this online and expand this anymore. Sector 3. Can we turn one of these off yet? We can turn you back off. Run here. I think this one's probably going to need to stay online. Oh no, we can turn that one off as well. This one should be fine because it doesn't have the any particularly large things. Oops. We are burning through way more alloys than we need to. So yeah, we need to be mindful of that storm turning around and coming back.
A science ship team
Has completed the task.
completed a task.
I mean, if this storm does a complete 180 and recovers the entire map, then fuck the devs. Because that's ridiculous. But we'll see. The concentric circles do not have a classical geological origin. The phenomenon unknown and exterior to the geological activities observed on P43 generated these strange formations. The circles are not perfect, but the distance between each layer and proportionality to their dimension, atomically analysed, revealed the presence of particle characteristic of self-similar space. Interesting. We've not been warned that we're running out of time. Yeah, no, that's a terrible idea. We know what happened when the sphere got touched by a mechanical object. It ate the mechanical object. We are not going to touch, or not going to allow them to touch the sphere. They should know better. I probably should have collected the research from it, but never mind. Let's see. So this is filled with food now. Good. We are now getting a excess amount of electronics. Doesn't this already have, yeah, +2 happiness anyway, so I don't need this online. I can bring this online just for the sake of completeness at this point. We can also start building the train stations. Excuse me. Okay. We'll get the research on this planet done, and then we will call it for today. We'll see how much of a bad idea this was. Excuse me.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okie dokie then. Analysis reveals these crystals were formed relatively recently, their growth accelerated by the sphere. The formation also contains elements we thought absent on P43. Sensors indicated that the team's suits and Professor's hull will soon be compromised by the planet's atmosphere. Repatriation should be initiated with urgency.
The electromagnetide has passed through the CRUC system, and the Tycoon is still online. Congratulations, Administrator.
Okay, so is that basically telling us it's now gone? Because that'd be awesome. It means that we don't need to worry about anything. Okay, so yes, so we said we would call it there.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
I better check that. God damn you, I just turned this off. We can turn it on without causing a problem. But yeah, we shall call it there for today, we thinks. We're getting large stockpiles up. We do need more electronics. We're currently consuming all the waste we're generating, which is fine. I would kind of like to generate more waste, if possible, so that we can collect more waste. But, ooh, drone bay technology unlocked, good. Pause it there. Let's just have a quick look at the upgrades for this thing, because apparently there's a lot of them. Automated logistics increases maximum drone capacity by 1. A drone can be used to quickly transfer up to 10 units of resources at a time between sectors, which is why I built it, and it's in the storage sector. Increases maximum drone capacity by 1, increases maximum drone capacity, drone capacity, drone capacity, drone capacity, drone movement speed, increases the number of resources or resource units a drone can carry by 2, by 3, which means by the end each one can hold 15 units rather than just the 10. Can move either 20% faster or 30% faster. I'm assuming those are additive. Or rather, I'm assuming those are, that's 10% faster base and then that's just 20% faster base. This is just saying it's 20% faster than base. Not including that. They may actually stack. And then maximum number of drones. Okay. We will plonk this building down so that it is in its rightful place. And we will get that built next time. But yeah, we will call it there for today. Look at that planet. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back again on, this will be a Wednesday episode, so we're back again on Friday. And we'll continue where we left off. So thanks again, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Cheerio.